It's that time of year. Big Brother is here, but it won't last for long. So we gotta keep on feeding the positive in the winter of Stein.
Hey, Winter of Stein is back for week number 3 of Celebrity Big Brother 2. And I am Rob Cesternino, and I'm very excited to welcome in my co-host. But let me allow the great Julie Chen Moonves to introduce you.
Here he is, legendary performer and comedian. Please welcome
Eric Stein! Didn't nail
Oh my
it.
God, what a smashing episode it was last night. Not since the Ball Smashers or I watched Cameron and McRae play Super Smash Brothers on Twitch has there been such a smashing episode of Big Brother.
Ball Smashers.
Who is the ultimate king of Smash? Gallagher or Kenny from Gabon?
Yes, or is it Wheaton possibly?
Eric, my man, what is good?
There is something really good on the what is good front. I have some big news for you. It
Yes?
has come to my attention that Big Brother iconic legend Paul of Big Brother 18 and 19 has moved to New York City. PP rides again. Friendship. Oh my God, I am going to be pissed if these gumpy guys don't invite me out with them.
Very gumpy.
Wow. So do you have
I'm gonna meet them in
any
the hot tub.
plans with Paulie Calafiore and Paul from Big Brother 18? Weren't they
Oh, yeah.
feuding? Weren't they? I felt like that they were in a Twitter feud at one point.
Big premiere party for the challenge tomorrow night. It's PP and Stein together
Oh,
again.
you were invited?
Oh, please, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
I did get an invitation to get my face beat in, but I was like, I can't make it. Also, you've been asking me for going on the better part of a decade now if I have anything to plug, and I always say no. But today's the lucky day.
Oh.
I do have something to plug. I'd like to use this platform to announce that Johnny Mac and I will be playing a badminton game to 100,
Yes.
1-on-1.
Eric. Eric.
If you get a VIP ticket, it comes with a tent, a cheese sandwich. It won't be grilled. Raven will be there. She's raising awareness for something. And Joey Rodriguez is announcing.
Okay.
with special guest star. Oh, he left. Baby Dino the dog.
Baby
Hey,
Dino the
cool.
dog is like, I want no part of this.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we talked about this before you started recording. We said we weren't going to bring that up.
Yes. Eric, earlier this season, this year, you tweeted about the first 5 oof day on social media in 2019. Eric, for people who are following all of Big Brother social media, how many oofs did Monday on Big Brother social media earn?
I've been pretty steadfast that the oofometer tops out at 5, but I think here today we're going to need to possibly slide the scale a little. You know, I'm never a fan when someone says they give 120%. That's a mathematical impossibility, but I think we just went 7 oofs.
30%.
Yeah, we've maxed out the oof scale. It's over. And this is becoming the oofiest season ever. Lolo is one of the oofiest contestants ever. We had one of the oofiest cameos ever. And I am here for it because more oofs for the show and more oofs for BB Twitter means more foos for us.
Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Well, the more oofs, the better. The oofs are getting devalued. It's almost like that there's a deflation.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, it's not for us to it's not a sliding scale here. We don't need a bell curve. If people go full oof, that's not our fault.
Okay. Eric.
The oofiest moment of this week, though, we lost Bathman.
Bathman. Yes. Well, let's talk about. You and I spoke on Thursday. We're recording this podcast on Tuesday the 5th. We'll be back again one more time during Celebrity Big Brother 1 week from today to talk about the lead up to the finale. Who knows what could happen? How many oofs in between now and then, Eric? But we lost two big figures in this season. It was Joey Lawrence on Saturday and then Kato Kaelin last night. I guess let's work from the most recent to further back and give us your thoughts. Kato Kaelin out of the Big Brother Celebrity House.
It's really no wonder why he has a long history of famous friends, because he's just such an affable guy. He's so charismatic. I mean, wouldn't you want him staying at your home? I mean, honestly, I thought oh man, did he turned it on for
yes. Do you think, is he angling for a spot in Tom Green's guest house?
I think he might be angling for that big coveted spot on CBS. I've heard that's available to people after the show.
Yes. Okay. He could be moving in the back house at the neighbors in the neighborhood.
Yes. And he did have a couple of references on the show to his world famous poker skills that we spoke about in the last episode as well.
Yeah. He's a great friend, would never throw a friend under the bus.
My driver's bus expired my license 2 years ago.
Unless that friend is OJ.
Okay, can we break down this sentence a little bit?
Would you like the long form or just the short form?
Yeah, let's get the long form.
Okay, all right. This was from Kato Kaelin's speech to tell people why they should not vote him out of the house. He's been friends with Tom Green, but he would never turn against him. 20
days, you really get to know someone you're bunking next to. We slept together.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one.
That's what I would have said about Joe Barber back in the day.
Yes. Okay. This is what Kato said before this.
A lot of people, I was loyal to him. They wanted me to throw under the bus. A, I would never do it. And B, Tom, my driver's bus expired my license 2 years ago. You were safe.
All right, let's think about this for a second. I know a lot of people think he tripped on his words. Is it possible that he is so famous,
yes,
he has a personal driver?
His
driver's bus had a personal vendetta with him and took steps to retire his license.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago.
My driver's bus expired my license 2 years ago.
So my driver's bus expired my license.
Like he may have had a rivalry with his personal driver's bus, possibly.
Is it possible that Kato is a huge Star Wars fan and is speaking as Yoda might?
I think it's possible.
Driver's bus license expired.
My Mother the Car, the great television show from the 60s.
My driver's bus expired my license 2 years ago.
Next on CBS, Tom Green, Bathman Lawrence, and Kato Kaelin starring in My Driver's Bus.
Could we have some sort of a reboot of Three Men and a Baby with Tom Green, Kato, and Joey Lawrence?
Who's the baby?
I could maybe let's go safe and let's go with maybe baby Nixon Graff on the way. Maybe.
Oh, that's nice.
Let's bring that.
Nice, good cover.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. It's good.
Or Big Meech.
No, that'd be nice. Or maybe Dino the dog.
Yeah. I think if you're going to map them sort of a 1-for-1, is Joey Lawrence is the Tom Selleck.
I feel like this might be more akin to Full House, possibly one of our other areas of expertise, because I feel like Kato is a natural Joey.
Uncle Joey, right.
Yeah, right. And then Joey Lawrence is interesting, though, because he could actually be Uncle Joey, but he has the cleanliness of a young Bob Saget.
Yes, he's like, is he Joey or is he Danny? I don't know. He's sort of like,
or is he both? He's such a skilled actor.
Yeah, because I guess Tom Green is probably the Saget of the group.
Maybe he's like the woodchuck that Joey has does this.
All right, we can't get this far off track this early on into the podcast. We gotta.
I did receive some one or two angry remarks that we didn't actually speak of Big Brother last
What
week,
do we want to speak about?
I feel like this is the most Big Brother podcast there is.
Yeah. All right, we are right on point this season. Like you could smash us with a mallet all summer long, but right, we are the perfect two people to be covering Celebrity Big Brother.
I couldn't agree more. Do you think that it's possible that it's for the best that Joey Bathman Lawrence was evicted? Because much like Caitlyn before him, I think there were people who needed him on the outside, right? He has like greater battles to fight outside of the house, and maybe he's going to come and protect us here in the last 7 to 10 days of the season. Possibly, I feel like he has a greater mission ahead. Possibly,
yes. Who are you saying is the threat to us?
Well, could be Paulie.
Could be, yeah. I mean, if Lolo Jones is ever coming for us, that don't expect Joey Lawrence to be any help.
Oh yeah, no, he's off of that train.
Yeah. What do you think about the interview that Joey Lawrence ended up doing with Julie Chen the other night?
Okay, I'm gonna give a shocking assessment and call it a 2-oofer.
2-oofer.
I know a lot of people were riding it as a 3-foo for sure, but that was the classic fake. I'm turning it on, sycophant Joey Lawrence. I've been a performer all my life, and I'm going to get in front of Julie, and I'm going to razzle-dazzle him. Bad news. Julie doesn't have any clout at CBS anymore. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, Joey. I feel like I've seen Mario Lopez do this shtick a couple times before, where it's like they're very particular and fussy, but they've been in the industry so long, it's just like, boom, turn it on a dime, I'm performing now. So I did not think it was authentic. I feel like he probably pre-canned that, and that was his bathroom stuff from the night before. He probably practiced.
Is that what he's doing? He's rehearsing in the mirror? Yeah. Okay.
You need unique New York. He's doing warm-ups, getting his voice ready.
Eric, so you and I have been discussing this all season long about how many times will we end up hearing Joey Lawrence's signature phrase on Celebrity Big Brother. This is from another Amanda. Did either of you predict a whoa from the announcer? How about this from the intro?
Joey, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
All right.
Whoa!
I love the inflection he uses.
That brings us up to a total of 3 woes for the season
it
since
seems as
our
if
bet.
I plainly lost. By Price is Right rules, we both went over.
Well,
but
still the
you were
finale.
much closer. So what do I owe you for this? This is bad news for me.
Okay, well, maybe we'll go double or nothing somewhere.
All right. I will say people should know, and maybe the celebrities don't know this. You do not go against Big Brother production. That is one of the number one rules of Big Brother. Big Brother 101. It's like the time that Amber Siavich was anti-Semitic, and then the next 10 segments about her, not good segments, right?
Mhm.
If Joey had just given us one woe, he wouldn't be trolled like this, right? But Julie, the announcer, his castmates, everyone had to fill in the woes for him. Come on, Joey. You know better than this.
Yes, we're overwoed at this point. Okay. All right. So when Joey did his big interview in the house, he talked a lot about Lolo Jones, how he was frightened by Lolo Jones. Lolo had a rough weekend in the house. Eric, let's talk a little bit about Lolo. This is a question from Liquid8D on Twitter. The maker of the great BB Viewer says, if Lolo goes crazy on someone in the Big Brother house, but the feeds are down, did it really happen? It's a very zen question.
I don't know. Big Brother Celebrity tells me it did not.
Yes.
But then the conversations we hear imply that it may have. So it's a very tricky situation. I have dated several Lolos in my day.
Whoa.
People who do not like to be wrong, get angry when they are wrong, act like victims when they are wrong. He's a real tough guy, picking Dina in the veto competition to go head to head with. Classic bully syndrome from Lolo. And if you push back against a bully, normally the bully sort of collapses under that. I would love to see the Lolo Jones dating show.
Yeah, well, that's a great point, Eric, because that leads us to our next question from Solcom Malley. What are your thoughts on having Lolo as the next Bachelorette? Now, I know you just got done watching The Bachelor. Could Lolo work at the center of a dating show?
This is too good to pass up. Somebody get ABC on the horn. She was on Dancing with the Stars. Sometimes they go Bachelor to Dancing with the Stars. Why can't we go Dancing with the Stars to Bachelor? She's had such iconic runs on the challenge, Dancing with the Stars, Big Brother. She came out of it looking so good on all of them, smelling like roses. Why can't she hand out the roses? And we know ABC loves a good virgin as their lead. They let us know that consistently. And how great would it be to just see her berating 30 men for an entire season? I would love
Eric,
it.
you are much more acquainted with the Bachelor franchise than I am. Does the Bachelorette typically fight with the men? Aren't we missing a lot of conflict here by putting Lolo at the center of all this, where the men are vying for her? Isn't the better opportunity to have Lolo Jones as one of the women competing for said Bachelor?
Yeah, that would meet traditional wisdom positively. But these shows have been on for, 15, 20 years now, Rob. We need to have the next innovation in the show. Why not have the person who's fighting with everyone be at the center of all of it? Even better. That way she can just fight with the men one by one as she eliminates them. You piece of you-know-what. You are out of here. No roast for you, you lying, misogynistic son of a gun. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
And she could have, Natalie Eva Maria as her
advisor,
sidekick.
right?
Times in, right? Like her consigliere or something.
Right.
Be perfect.
Okay. Then, Eric, another Lolo question. JF says, with all this fighting and negativity going on in both sides, inside the house and outside the house, how do you keep continuing to feed the positive, Eric?
Well, first you got to let go of the negative. That's the key part of all of this. And the great news is last night we had someone who shows us what it looks like and how great your career could be if you just literally stay crushing it for 5-6 decades. So we do have people to look up to, but I do agree things have gone a little negative and we always want to be feeding the positive here at the Winner of Stein. So I think what may be good is if we were to find a positivity charity and forget the badminton match. I canceled that. All right. What if we do Swaggy versus Lolo one-on-one hurdling?
Eric, nope. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Wait. What if Lolo spoils things about Big Brother Canada? From a secret Twitter account.
Oh, all right.
That could be nice.
Okay, that's interesting. I like that. Okay. Eric, you mentioned it. Okay, let's start to talk about, as we heard from another one of our great listeners, hashtag Winter of Stein to get your comments into the show. This is Mike says, it's so exciting to see Paulie's idol on the show last night. Nobody has stayed crushing it more than Gallagher.
Stay crushing it.
Yes. And this is Frank says, Eric, my man, smash JC's meat sauce. Hashtag.
All right. First question. Who'd be more apt to leave the other a cameo? Gallagher to Paulie or Paulie to Gallagher? And who's more apt to know who the other one is?
Does Gallagher know who Paulie Calafiore is? I don't think that Paulie or any of the Calafiores would be familiar with the work of Gallagher. Most of the things that he smashes are produce. Perhaps if he was working more with things like meat,
Bread for this.
and different things,
This is a damn good steak. This thing is cooked to perfection, and I'm all about it because these biceps ain't gonna feed themselves, so your boy needs his meat.
Yeah.
Human beings aren't meant to be monogamous. I like to smash all the ladies.
And I also like to smash the faces of podcasters as well.
What are they ever gonna be when they don't have me to talk about anymore?
But is there any chance that Gallagher watches Big Brother? Well, he's on Big Brother, so I guess maybe is it possible that Gallagher is a Big Brother fan?
I'm gonna go into what I envision the casting room looks like for this situation.
Tell us,
okay,
tell us how this came to be, Eric.
Right, all right. First, somebody gets Sinbad on the phone. I've got a segment for him. Okay, next. That's a pass. I'm sorry. Is Don Rickles still alive? Has anyone heard from Tom Green lately? Oh, wait. You mean in the house already?
Yeah.
I heard Louis C.K. is available. Nope. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay. Who else do we got? We got, oh, no, can't have Carrot Top. Anybody. And then, lo and behold, strapped with his weight belt around his stomach, disguised as a mic pack, in comes the tattooed what are the belly shirts called? Tube top, whatever it is that he's donning for this situation. He's dressed like the guy who's on the Cookie Crisp cereal box.
Yeah, he does look like that he just escaped from Shawshank between
And then at a last ditch, they were like, does anyone know what BB Rexa is doing tonight, possibly? And then I wondered if Gallagher will be the soundtrack of a blossoming relationship like BB Rexa was over last summer. You know, maybe this,
between Tom and Kato. Yeah,
we played at the wedding of a very not boring couple, possibly.
I was so happy to see Gallagher, my favorite artist, here in the house. So
I did a bus and truck tour with him.
All right, Eric. But was Gallagher in the mix for Celebrity Big Brother? Was this like a consolation prize?
I did look into the life and times of Gallagher after the show, and from what
it's a crazy story, Gallagher. Put that on the wheel. The
I don't think he
rise
was
and fall of Gallagher.
yes. I don't think he was in consideration for the series. He seemed like a potential health risk, possibly. I feel like this may have been like his last big moment.
Yeah. Eric, did you get to the part in the Gallagher story when he sold his act to his brother, who then was going around doing the Gallagher routine as Gallagher 2?
Oof. That's rough. That's rough. How would you feel if your brother started a podcast?
Well, it'd be if I sold the podcast to my brother.
Yeah, but it hurt. It hurt, right? Gallagher, he realized immediately what he had done. I mean, what was I did read that he had a bankruptcy issue, and then his manager released a statement and said, if only we were all lucky enough to be as broke as Gallagher, we'd be just fine. So it seems like he was trying to cop a public persona of falling on tough times, but was secretly hiding a nest egg of wealth.
Yeah, what's inside those watermelons, those coconuts?
Not for nothing. This man is not 105 years old. So I do wonder why he feels like he can no longer break through a piece of fruit with a mallet. Why did this need to be quartered for him prior to him hitting it? That made me the saddest of all.
All right, well, let's go through the Gallagher routine. And so Gallagher comes out, and it's rough. You know, Tom Green and Kato are excited to see Gallagher. Nobody else has any idea who this person is.
Yeah, do you think it's possible that Kato ever stayed with Gallagher before?
He does have a lot of weapons around the house. It's possible. And Gallagher, some would say, may have lost a couple of miles off the fastball, Eric. Is that fair to say? Let's listen to some of Gallagher's greatest hits from last night.
Yes. What a life you lead here in the Big Brother house.
Oh, no. This actually happened to me on my season. I never like to wax poetic about the good old days, but one day I woke up. I was asleep in the HOH room, and I was awoken to find a little person with the Flava Flav style clock spouting idioms around the house.
Yes, go on.
But the thing is,
was it Flavor Flav?
It was not. I wish. I would have been, with my Brigitte Nielsen collection and connection and whatever. So now I'm speaking like a.
Yes. What a life you lead here in the Big Brother house.
Wait, was it possible that this was actually Johnny Mack in stage makeup?
Yes. What a life you lead here in the Big Brother house.
I'm here today with Judas, promoting my one-on-one badminton game with Eric.
No!
Just say these lines, Johnny. No! Anyway.
Hey, kids, you know that fruit is a lot better than candy?
I was in the dining room talking to his watermelon, and it said, please don't smash me.
But nonetheless, so the little person got his lines bungled, okay? And I could tell that this was a part of a competition of some sort, and I was getting genuinely upset because I knew the expressions he was trying to say, but he wasn't saying them properly. So I was all in my own head, and I was like, is this the Big Brother version of these expressions? Am I supposed to learn them the wrong way? Or did this guy not learn his lines properly? So eventually they cut the cameras, and I shook him down, and I was like, listen, man, tell me exactly what they told you to say, because I'm about to be asked questions about this, and $500,000 are on the line. And wouldn't you know it, this man had his lines written on the back of his novelty-sized Flava Flav clock, and he just handed me the clock so I could read what he was supposed to say.
So this was like a competition where they sent people into
It was just like Gallagher's appearance in the
Yes.
house, and he was just as incoherent as him. But when the feeds cut, he allowed me to read what he was supposed to say so I could at least make something of the gibberish that he had been spouting around the house.
Yes. What a life you lead here in the Big Brother house.
Okay, so Gallagher is going through his things, and then he's taking out a different mallet. He gets to that, these people in the Big Brother house, they are on TV constantly, and they need to look their best. Gallagher not following the advice he's giving out, but he says that the people that are playing the game, they need to look great in the Big Brother house.
You need a fresh face. So I've got a face cream for you. Here comes, I'm gonna cream your face.
This is not the first time that you and I have heard about this. We once heard about Jose's upcoming project that also was going to shoot facial creams upon people.
I'm gonna cream your face.
Is Gallagher improvising here? Did they rehearse this? Is Gallagher?
Did he have an earpiece in, do you think?
I don't know. It would be hard to tell because of the long flowing white hair. But I don't know. I don't know if did the censors get to hear Gallagher's routine before he went out there.
Yeah, he's really doing some blue comedy. It's rough.
This episode was on in the 9 o'clock hour, Eric. This was not.
Oh, maybe that's right. They had to save the real cutting edge segments for the later hours.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we can't have Gallagher the first week. Bring in Gallagher week 2 when we're on tougher competition, 9 p.m.
Was Gilbert Gottfried?
Cream your face.
How can we have him back for the OTEF over the summer?
Yeah,
it's spitting watermelons on everyone.
that would be good.
What a life you lead here in the Big Brother house.
All right.
That's really what they've all been saying. That's basically what Joey's been saying in his post interviews. What a life I led in the Big Brother house.
All right.
I like how they asked him point blank, like, did you have fun this summer? And Joey's like, no.
Yeah.
I did not.
Fun.
Not so much fun being berated by a national hero like Lolo Jones.
Okay, and then Eric, we get to Gallagher's trademark signature bit, smashing the quartered watermelon.
Yes, what he's well known for. Now, do you think that this was like, just like they brought in Tori Spelling for Adam Pock, do you think that someone, Tom Green specifically, is said on his application, my hero is Gallagher, and they brought him in just for that iconic reaction?
They could get him? Was Gallagher on like book cameo for like $75, and then they ended up just like, oh, we can just bring him in.
Don't know how they got a hold of this man. It seems like if you told me he was living in a cave for the last 30 years, I would believe you.
Yeah.
This does not seem like someone, like maybe they paged him possibly to get a hold of him. Maybe they reached out to his brother possibly on social media.
Maybe this was Gallagher too. Do we know this was Gallagher 1?
We're going to have to hire Sherlock Tom investigations to get to the bottom of this.
The murder mystery. Yeah. So that we get to the signature trademark bit for Gallagher. And here is Gallagher going to smash some watermelons.
What will Sledge-O-Matic do for your melons? It'll firm them up.
Yeah. What will Sledge-O-Matic do for your melons, Eric? It will firm them up. Now, not for anything, and far be it from me to nitpick Gallagher, but isn't he doing quite the opposite of firming up the melons?
Yeah, I also wonder, what do you think the change of mallet was halfway through? Is that the second one was the only one that could get through the quarter melon?
Well, I wonder if maybe Gallagher, in his experienced state, could only swing the heavy mallet for so long that they had to go to. He said, "Here's a kid's mallet."
I feel like in order to get to the bottom of what a mallet to the melons looks like, we would potentially have to maybe check in with the Virgin King, possibly some of the victims of the ball smashers.
I don't know.
Because I don't know. I don't know. Most people don't bounce back from that.
No. But I know Gallagher wants to say it'll firm up your melons, but he's actually smashing and flattening the melons.
Who do you think would have been a bigger pull, him or Yakov Smirnov?
I think maybe Yakov Smirnov had a higher high circa like 1988, but
yeah, I don't know. There could have been some good. If he was still there when the mooch was there, he could have had some good in Soviet Russia jokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
could have been nice.
Could have been good, but Gallagher's been around for 40 years.
Oh yeah,
if not longer.
Yeah,
not longer.
Sure.
So, all right. Anything else on Gallagher, Eric?
You need a fresh face. So I've got a face cream for you. Here comes, I'm going to cream your face.
I mean, is this what was going on? Has he been there all summer? Was this the bathroom stuff, possibly?
Oh, is that what?
Oh, he would disappear for 45 minutes, come back with a fresh face from Gallagher.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a possibility. I did hear some questions on the Twitter machine that was wondering what exactly was going on in his midsection area.
Yeah, I did think so. I
or elastic pants or something.
Yeah, so I think that if I had to guess, that I feel like that maybe he had his mic pack. I don't know. He's like because when he goes up to swing the mallet, like his shirt was coming up a little bit, and you could see his stomach. And it looked like he had some sort of a elastic band. Maybe Gallagher has a hernia. Maybe
that could be.
Yeah, maybe it's some sort of a Spanx type material, like a girdle, or maybe it could have been just like on Survivor when they use that to hold your mic pack in place.
Interesting. I wonder if, as a huge Big Brother fan, like he obviously is, if he knows that they often cast to show some skin. So he was just trying to give the audience what they want,
Maybe.
I have the distinction of being one of the only people in show history specifically told to go back in the house and put a shirt on for the cast.
Yes.
But maybe Gallagher was doing the opposite. He was like, hey, I'm not going to give him the full Monty. Especially there was a scandal in the Super Bowl about why could Adam Levine show his nipples, but not Janet Jackson. So maybe he didn't want to go all the way with a wardrobe malfunction, but he's like, I'll just wear something short. So, oops, I accidentally showed some skin.
Oof.
Yeah, oops.
Eric, what do you think about last night when the house guest asked Julie Chen for the result of the Super Bowl, and she's like, you almost got me. Not gonna say anything.
She was all in, and then they were like, Julie, what the? You can't do that. And she's like, oh, right. Sorry about
that. Okay. Eric, so I have a question for you now. I have I'll give you an option here. We haven't done this before. I've got 2 questions for you. You can pick which one you want to answer. Okay.
Whoa.
This is choice A. This comes to us from the Nick That Sucks. Please provide a top 5 list of guests from the BB house that you'd want Gallagher to smash. Or do you want B, Matt Ligori's question, which is, please provide a top 5 list of things in your home that you would want Gallagher to smash. Which top 5 list would you like to give us?
These are both such excellent questions that I say what we do is we just go crazy here, mix and match them, and we just go back and forth, be it things or guests from the Big Brother house or things in our own home that we'd like to smash. I think we could riff on this for a while.
Okay.
And I'm going to start.
Go for it.
Unlike some of the LFC, I'm not a pea guy. So if I could get a hold of some frozen peas, I'm never putting that with my pork or lamb chops. I will smash a bag of frozen peas any day.
Very good. Very good. What would I smash from my house? I feel like a lot of Legos that I have around here.
Those are dangerous.
Very,
very
dangerous.
Very dangerous.
We have way too many. Go ahead.
My fantasy football league is inspired by that as a scenario. 2 guys bet against each other that they would spill out a floor full of Legos and have to walk across them for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a serious league. All right, I would like to smash anytime that Detective Derek Levasseur comes into the house and recaps what he's seen in the house. Don't like those segments very much.
Do you think that we will have Sherlock Tom Green in his place in the future?
Yes, but he'll be like in a full monocle. He'll have a Newsies cap, some knickers on.
Yes.
He'll be doing a full exploration. I think that's nice. That's nice. That I will not smash. Also, maybe one of Paulie's pies, not for nothing. There was a lot of pies there. I think we could stand to lose one. I'd also like to smash my foam finger that I bought at the one-on-one game because I feel like I don't want that souvenir anymore. It's tarnished.
I'd like to smash some of the random Twitter accounts that yell at me for things that I don't even know what they're talking about. Sometimes I get a tweet and it takes me 10 minutes to even figure out what this person is mad at me for.
I would like to smash my Roomba. I feel like it does not do a very good job of getting the crumbs and often gets stuck under the couch or the TV entertainment center. And I feel like ultimately, if I have to keep getting up and redirecting it, it would probably just be easier to take the vacuum out myself.
Okay. Eric, anything else you want to stay crushing it?
Yeah, Gallagher, my man.
Stay crushing it.
Okay, let's keep going. We got more stuff to get to here in the winter of Stein. Let's take a question here from our own Mike Bloom. Says, in honor of the talk of Gallagher on CBB3, is there value in casting an entire season of washed up stand-ups? Gallagher versus Carrot Top versus Andrew Dice Clay. Sounds good. Now, do we know if Andrew Dice Clay hosted the HOH competition?
I did hear that he was in the house. No, seriously.
I heard something about Dice in the house last night.
That's right. That's right.
Oh!
It was right after him. Exactly. Yeah, well, we have seen Lisa Lampanelli on The Apprentice before.
Yeah.
We know
And she was
Kathy
good.
Griffin is looking for work. She got ready for a takeover once upon a time, so she'd be in on this. We know Margaret Cho.
Yes.
Or we don't know Margaret Cho, may or may not have been under a mask performing some vocals recently. I think we can cast this pretty easily.
Yeah. I mean, there's no more Last Comic Standing. Why don't we just get all of the comic house and then have them play Big Brother?
Literally the last comic standing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if the whole season was an endurance comp? And we have these older stand-up comedians, and it's quite literally, this would be actually a good viral video. The last comic standing. It's just them standing there until they tip over one by one. I think we could be on to something. I think what would be good,
Don't put your money on Gallagher.
Yeah, help us feel the positive for sure, because there's been some tense times in the BB house this week, right? And I feel like this could be the solution to finally just, having some fun in the house. Fun. Yes. Okay. Look,
yeah. Tom Green's been really good on the show, so you got a lot of comics and comedians to get in there. Maybe instead of comedians in cars getting coffee, maybe they could just go and get
comedians in a house lamenting where it all went wrong.
Okay.
And has Tom Green been that good, or is it just a low bar?
It's a low bar, Eric. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about our next subject here today. The Melissa bot, who was recently featured with tweets on Big Brother Celebrity. What would the Winter of Stein magazine front page look like, Eric? If you had a winter,
this is one of a Big Brother icon right here.
Yes. If you had were the publisher of a Winter of Stein magazine, what would be on the cover this month?
I think it would be like me in an avalanche of snow getting buried, and you just see my arm reaching for the sun. I wish it were summer again, possibly. The Winter of Stein isn't connecting in the same way as the Summer of Stein. Can I make my way back?
Yeah. Now,
more cameos next summer.
It's not necessarily like a calendar. I don't know if it necessarily needs to be, but it is called Winter of Stein magazine.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Is it me crying?
Is it like the periodical version of this podcast? Is it sort of like the things that we're covering now and what would be on the cover, or is it actually about your winter?
Yeah, well, I do feel right. You'd probably have an interview with Bathman or something along those lines, right? So I think it would be more of a written representation of what we're seeing before us. But what that is a whole other question.
Right. Can you think of what are some of the just shoot me-esque taglines that would be for different features in the Winter of Stein magazine?
Just shoot me.
Just shoot me.
That's exactly right.
Okay. It's the hammer and is that a grapefruit?
It's a blood orange.
Oh,
I thought it would have more visual impact, but I just ruined my laptop. So this will be the one and only final Winter of Stein. I have to daintily mop it off with a paper towel. Excuse me.
Okay. All right. While Eric is doing that, let's keep with the theme of talking about the Big Brother magazines, because last night we were treated to a contest for the power of, last week's HOH competition, which was about looking at magazine covers. And I thought it might be fun to go back and Eric and I to take a look at some of these different periodicals, which Tom Green was trying to hawk in a fake subway station to people. And then maybe imagine what some of the things that are going on in these magazines actually are. So
I'd imagine that they didn't even want to pay the cartoonist to do the superheroes.
Right.
And that they didn't even bother with the witticism of the movie posters.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a look
segment.
at some of the highlights from last night. And why don't we start off with a magazine simply titled a Big Brother magazine, and it's a picture of Kato Kalin with Dina Lohan hugging him from behind. Exclusive. Stars describe what it's like to live in the Big Brother house, and I have to say, what a life! What a life it must be.
Yes. What a life you lead here in the Big Brother house.
Eric, what is going on in this magazine? What type of magazine is this?
I feel like this is a send-up perhaps of a lifestyle magazine like O Magazine, but then the Big Brother house itself, or Julie, or the Watchful Eye should probably be on the cover. So this tells me that we're going into salacious territory. This is perhaps more like a tabloid magazine, possibly. And if I didn't know better, this seems to be insinuating that there may be some sort of a love connection going on here.
Yes. And when they describe what it's like to live in the Big Brother house, is there like a scandal of like what it's actually like to live there? Like, oh, you wouldn't even believe what they do to us in the Big Brother house. What really goes on there when they turn the cameras off?
I'd love to actually read like an ongoing journal of thoughts that one of these celebrities was having during this experience. Just dressed up like a hot dog. My career is ruined. I wonder, this is not even far-fetched to envision. I think we will be getting the like BuzzFeed article of like from house guest to house guest, the Kato Kaelin story.
Yes.
But I mean, ultimately, what's he going to say about this? Well, no murders other than a few career suicides took place in this house.
Okay. Eric, let's talk about this magazine. It's called Pawn Magazine. It features Anthony Scaramucci in 3 different versions around the chessboard. The best new chess moves. Eric, is this the real or the Big Brother life equivalent of Chess Boy Magazine?
Is this possible that one of these is Mark Paul Gosselaar as Zach Morris, as Anthony Scaramucci? Skrichnovich, you're too good.
Is Scaramucci the centerfold of this Chess Boy magazine?
Yeah, I think so. This is definitely like... there's going to be some sexy photos with him and a rook when you open the pages of this one.
Hey, by the way, does Gallagher wear Screech's beret? His famous beret?
So you think he might actually be, maybe he was the actual originator of Screech's secret sauce, but he sold it to Screech.
Sold it to JC.
It's like a beef sauce, only Gallagher made the watermelon sauce.
Why is Anthony Scaramucci on the cover of Pawn Magazine?
Yeah, he would never be a pawn. This is a king in his own right here.
Is he pawning something? Like,
I don't know.
Like a theory that he's a big twist?
Yeah, yes. Hey, that's perfect. We're going to pawn off the fact that I wasn't leaving for Switzerland after 5 days.
Okay. Another one of these magazines. Okay. I'm really not sure what this is. This is BB Magazine. Ricky Williams is on the cover. He's like kind of making a muscle. Ricky Williams, my method, have fun playing the game.
Yeah, it's very similar to Lolo's inability to flex her 20-second pose like this. I've never seen someone flex like that before. I've also never seen someone flex after winning the POV. But I wonder, is he having fun playing the game? He didn't seem to be enjoying Gallagher's
He did not want to be part of Team Fun.
Yeah, he was trying to connect with the outside world, desperately searching for his wife in the audience.
Right.
So this does not seem to fit him. Also, this is a particularly unflattering photo of Ricky Williams.
Could we not get a High Times magazine approved by the Big Brother censors who let Gallagher through?
Yeah, but what even is
I don't
this?
know.
I mean, I don't even understand what this is a parody of. It's like they were getting to the end of the night and they're like, I don't have any more titles. Just write BB on top.
BB Magazine with Ricky Williams. Okay, how about this one? We got Diary Digest, and here's Lolo. She looks like that she has just been throat punched here by Tamar Braxton, and then Kato Kaelin is in the background.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. It says Lolo got more than she bargained for.
Yes.
We do have Kato here. So is it possible that this is actually a typo and that after his tummy hurty, and then he got it massaged out of him by Ricky, is it possible that this is actually intended to be Diarrhea Digest?
Oh, no,
I'm sorry.
no.
I had to.
Oh no, but Eric, let's move right past that. That Kato Kalin, it says Kato is haunted by dreams of marshmallows, ? And then underneath there's text that says, "Where's my pillows?" And this is so bizarre. Why is Kato Kalin having dreams where he's haunted by marshmallows? And the only thing I know about Kato's pillows...
20 days, you really get to know someone you're bunking next to. We slept together.
I didn't ask that, Kato.
Well, no, there was this...
You were bunkmates.
We had it with the one time in the HOH. We put pillows between us, and I had...
The internet saw it, too.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
First of all, why was Julie so quick to get so defensive about that? I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
You were college roommates. So this is confusing. Does he think that Tom Green is a marshmallow? Did he put a barrier of marshmallows between them to sleep at night? And where does Lolo play into this?
She got more than she bargained for. I don't know.
Yeah. You're disgusting, Kato. You're not a real man.
Yeah.
You're a piece of dairy.
Marshmallow. Yeah.
Yeah, marshmallow.
Okay, that's Diary Digest. Not going to pick up that one. Is it Dairy Digest? Is that possible?
I think it's all telling one harrowing tale.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then Eric, this one might be my favorite. Here's Ricky Williams. That he's the cover boy for the magazine Ride or Die.
I remember all my ride or dies from the beginning. I see who flip-flops. I see who comes back when the times are good. I see who leaves when the times are bad.
Best biking brands to buy outside the Big Brother house. Ride or Die magazine.
I will give a personalized tweet to anyone who takes the 15 seconds to Photoshop Paulie's face onto this magazine.
I remember all my ride or dies from the beginning. I see who flip-flops. I see who comes back when the times are good. I see who leaves when the times are bad.
Yeah.
I wonder, are producers tuning into this podcast for inspiration because this episode had a true ride or die in Ricky Williams and Gallagher Stay Crushing It all in one episode?
It might just be that Paulie is so iconic that everybody wants to get in on it.
He is the best. This is a treat. Although there are, unfortunately, some flip-floppers in Ricky's midst, so he needs to be careful.
Yes, okay. Be careful, and Ricky Williams has no leg also.
Yeah, I don't also understand what in the world does, just having nothing to do with this, what does he have to do with biking whatsoever?
I think they really wanted to work Ride or Die in there. I don't think that what it came down to. Okay. And then I think the last one, we're back to another issue of Diary Digest. This is one with Dina Lohan on the cover. And Dina is excited to share the Big Brother house.
This is just like a list of shout outs inside. It's like to Allie Girl, Lindsay, Michael, just going on and on. Each page is just, and then you wouldn't believe the acting gig they booked. I mean, I think she's been the least salacious person to ever step foot in the entire house. I mean, oof.
Yeah.
What a dud. And what a great winner she will be.
All right, hold on. We'll come back. We're going to come back to that. Eric, so this week on CBS, not only are we watching a lot of Celebrity Big Brother, also CBS home of Super Bowl 53. What an epic, memorable night that was, and Maroon 5 halftime show as well to boot. But the question from Will Hatch, Eric, what would your act for the world's best be? Did you catch I know you've watched 800 different reality TV seasons. The world's best kicked off after the Super Bowl, featuring a wide variety of acts.
I recently got consent to sign off on Chopped, America's Most Wanted, and Cops as unscripted programming. And that added about an additional 70 seasons in there. So I'm starting my march to 1,000, and I need as many as I can get. And the premiere of World's Best did make the cut.
Yes.
I would have to say, if I had to bring an act or skill to that, it would probably be the World's Best napper, possibly. Could be good. I'm solid at taking a couple of drinks and seeming like I'm still sober. That's pretty good.
That is impressive.
I'm pretty solid at staying crushing it. But I don't know that I would get the proper amount of points that I'd need to advance in the competition necessarily. I do.
Can you
feel,
explain the format to people? Because I watched it and I was very confused at how this works.
Sure. So we've been hearing all week about the major innovation. You see, I liked the show more the first time when I watched it, and it was called America's Got Talent.
Yes.
But I've been hearing about the major difference, the Wall of the World, which, interestingly enough, had former
Walls
WWE
are hot
star,
right now.
which was surprising. I'm not sure what country he was representing, being that he's plainly American.
Yes, who was that on the wall?
Rikishi Fatu, the originator of the stink face back in the Attitude Era of the WWE. Surprised to see him there as a strange booking.
Yeah. So
nonetheless, so allegedly they would be represented by this wall of various expertise from around the world. We kind of saw this on Netflix's The Final Table. We're going for a sort of global feel to this, right? But then I was really surprised to find out that the 3 American judges represented an equal amount of points as the 50 worldwide judges.
And
did not seem equitable to me.
And that judging panel was RuPaul, Drew Barrymore, and Faith Hill. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's a very wide spectrum of talents that they're representing.
All over the map.
And all the people from the world, it's like iconic German juggler, like it's like these very niche sort of skills. But the US panel seemed to be less skilled, perhaps.
Eric,
or more on the nose traditional reality talent skills.
Okay, so first thing, do you know what your talent would be?
I don't honestly have a lot. I'm a relatively mediocre bowler like Tyler was. I'm a decent karaoke singer, but I don't know. I can't see myself as taking home the crown. So I think probably what I would try and do is buy the rights to Gallagher's act from Gallagher 2 and go in as
Yes, you already got the blood orange.
Yes, or possibly I could do a ventriloquist act with Baby Dino the dog,
Maybe.
possibly, where he puts his paw up my back and controls me.
That would be very impressive. A couple of takeaways that I had. I realized that James Corden seems a lot less funny without celebrities doing karaoke.
Yes.
Seems like that.
He reminded me, he shriveled back up to the baker from Into the Woods, which he previously was.
There was one act that really did catch my attention from the premiere of The World's Best. Eric, did you happen to see a Australian man who goes by the name of Shark Boy?
I did, but please remind me of all the glory of Shark
So
Boy.
if anybody missed The World's Best after the Super Bowl, there was a young man named Shark Boy, and Shark Boy came out with a large neon tube, a la a lightsaber from Star Wars, and this is what Shark Boy, in front of a national audience following the Super Bowl, proposed that he was about to do.
I've attached a small microphone to the tip. You'll hear my gag reflex opening, my internals working, and my heart beating.
Do we have to?
Now, didn't he?
You're about to get a facial.
Did he rip off Jose?
Yes. This is a lawsuit in the making.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. I mean, it probably literally is a glass house style lawsuit in the making. But that's neither here nor there. I have heard that format before. Yeah. It's very, very interesting. And, I was not happy with the judges critique of this act. This was mighty impressive to me.
It was impressive. Yeah.
I mean, if I found someone who had those sort of abilities,
marry them
to ingest, that style of object, and you could hear their gag reflexes and so forth. I feel like I'd be mighty impressed by that, honestly.
Eric, then he went on to he swallowed a sword holding up 2 kegs. And then finally,
didn't understand that.
Yes,
like what was that? What was happening there?
Know.
It's like, I'm going to swallow a sword and bench press 2 kegs. Like what's the theme of that?
Stay crushing it.
Yeah. And then finally, Shark Boy had one final trick up his sleeve, which involved swallowing a number of swords at the same time.
A couple of years later, I had magnets inserted into my chest, under the flesh.
As one does.
And as I suspected, it pulled the blades away from my heart, held all the swords tightly together. I managed to swallow 19 swords. It's real. I can wiggle them around for you.
Well, not since the frozen yogurt challenge of Big Brother 15 have we seen such a compelling spectacle on CBS.
Maybe we should start the petition for Shark Boy on TKO or Candy Crush, possibly, and he does it with the swords in his mouth. I'm wondering if I'd be able to swallow this whole hammer right now.
Let give it a go.
You know what? I was gonna do it just for the comedy, but I thought of the GIFs that would follow. Thankfully, stopped myself in the nick of time. I was just in Iceland though, and I sampled some shark, and boy, it wasn't good.
Boy, it was not good.
They tell you that you can't eat it raw, that it's toxic that way, so they let it ferment in a hole or something along those lines. It's not good. Don't have the shark raw.
Yeah, not.
I actually would wonder if eating shark or eating a sword is worse. Actually.
Whoa.
All right, Eric. Let's check in with a few more questions from our listeners.
How do you rank the world's best against TKO and Candy Crush? Just sorry to interrupt.
Well, the world's best. I don't.
Seems a little gimmicky to me.
I don't know. It's like
a lot of sob stories.
A lot of sob stories. Like a lot of these acts, like they had like, oh, here's like a million guys like breaking boards. Like, what do you do with that? What is that? Like, other than you make like a a kung fu video. I mean, how many people are gonna go buy a ticket to go watch that?
Is there anyone in the history of Big Brother who had even a singular talent that we could send to represent us on the world's best?
Yes,
I'm
yes.
right now.
Ian Terry kicking himself in the head. Put that through.
I think that could eke past 75 points.
We already mentioned Gina Marie eating the frozen yogurt. And what else?
Yeah, she was in cahoots with Shark Boy. No, I think those are the two most impressive things I've seen on the show, for sure. I guess they could do a really long act. Brittany can kick 2,500 goals, possibly.
Maybe.
Back from the commercial break, and she's that's 18. 19.
Yeah, and we could get like JC does backflips off the couch. So there's a lot of impressive talent that goes into the Big Brother house.
Oh yeah, he has. So as a like a buddy act with the minion as well.
Right.
Be nice. I feel like there is probably some potential here. Also, this has nothing to do with what we're presently talking about, but now that I'm thinking about past House guests, how do you think Kato and Tom rank up with the Hitman and other iconic duos from the Big Brother house? You think that they have taken their place in the pantheon
of duos? Will and Boogie
who have slept together in the house.
Yeah. So do they get to retain Team Fun? I know they brought other people into it, but when we think of Team Fun 6 months from now, it will just be Tom and Kato?
Well,
like I think it's like a divorce. Yes, like who gets to keep the name?
Having some brand confusion. I think it'll be Tom and Kato, but then I see the digital series in which they are competing against the original Amazing Race Team Fun for naming.
Yeah, and that's could be. And what's old is new.
They were a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun, that team. So it's going to be a close one.
Okay. All right. Eric, okay, some more questions from our listeners. Andy McIntyre wants to know, are we on an inevitable trajectory towards a Dina Lohan win, Eric? So you're buying this?
Well, you have to remind me how this worked. Like 10 people make it to the finale and then just one person chooses who to bring, right?
Right.
Because here's the thing. Dina seems apt to win a vote, sure. But you'd have to imagine that people know that they don't want to be sitting against her, and the likelihood of her winning the final challenge and being the decision maker seems small. So this does actually feel like a pretty small likelihood to me.
If I had to guess, just to give you the rundown of what the rest of the schedule looks like. So then there's no eviction Thursday. I have double eviction Friday, and that'll get us down to 5. And then if they do another eviction on Monday night, that'll get us down to 4 going into the finale instead of 5 going into the finale like last season.
All
and
right.
somebody could quit, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't think she's going to win. I feel like this is probably looking like a Candy win, maybe I'm feeling, which is in similar spirit to a Dina win.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, though.
It's the less oofy Dina win.
Right. There's only like so many evictions and moments still left. So you do actually wonder if there's just simply even enough evictions to go around to get rid of all of Natalie, Lolo, Ricky, Tom. And if one of them's sitting there, do they win or do people lash out? It's a little tough to ascertain. I actually could get on board with a Tamar Josh Martinez style win. You know, it's just very volatile from get-go, but that's our lovable Tamar right there, you know?
Okay.
And that twist really paid out almost as well as the power apps. That was a good one.
Eric, speaking of Tamar, Michelle Mabel says, Tamar has a lucky wig, apparently. Do either of you have a lucky item that you use? Plaid shirt, Dino the dog. Eric, do you have a lucky item?
I don't. I have several unlucky items, namely my bank account. Yeah. But I lucky item, no. Back, though, in 1994, very timely reference, when the New York Rangers were making a push towards the Stanley Cup, I noticed that they would score a goal every time I took a shower. And at first, I was angry that they would score and I would miss it every time. But then I realized, no, I'm controlling the actions of the New York Rangers right now. So I showered incessantly throughout the playoffs during their run, and not once did I shower without them scoring a goal.
Okay, so Rangers fans are asking.
Shower is my lucky item, but it's not for my own life. It's for controlling sports outcomes from over 2 decades ago.
Okay, so and it was only in 1994.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've tried it again since, but to no avail.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't think I have anything particularly lucky that I can think of.
You have like a blankie, possibly.
No, I don't have a blankie. Not yet.
Not even a lucky, no lucky microphone. Like I wore this, I used this microphone on the day that I won the podcasting awards and the day I knocked at the park interviewing so-and-so, not even.
So I do have a lucky microphone. So I have talked into this microphone for all of the best podcasts that I've done, but I also talked into this microphone for the worst podcast that I've done. So it all sort of like balances out.
Yeah, I mean, you did talk into it on the day that you got to cover Gallagher. So if it wasn't lucky before, it is now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not a very lucky person in general. I think I won bingo at the Jewish Center once.
Yeah.
I think I won about a $35 prize and then spent it all on McDonald's. So that's about as far as my luck's gone.
Okay. This is a question from, went all the way back to this question from Michi. How would it have influenced the game strategically if all the celebrities would have worn masks and their identity was revealed after the eviction? Would Tom Green still be in the game despite his unicorn costume? Now, Eric, I pitched the idea on Twitter this weekend of, what about a Masked Singer Super Bowl competition where if instead of, hey, now here's Maroon 5, and everybody's like, oh, this stinks. What if it was Masked Maroon 5? And then they're masked, they play, and then at the end of the performance, unmask. Oh, it was Maroon 5. Okay. Different feeling, right?
I like where your head's at. That did kind of happen because the Bumblebee did in fact perform America the Beautiful or whatever it was at the beginning of the Super Bowl. So it happened in reverse, an unmasked masked singer. But I will say I like where your head's at, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see this because everyone loves to piggyback off of a successful television idea, but I think that this actually could benefit the game because, like an all-star season, the celebrity seasons, they're sort of tainted by their pre-existing reputations and relationships, right? So would people treat an Olympic hero differently or a murder trial witness differently if they didn't know the source? And I think that this is actually a very fascinating point here. I would love to see a season in which it was you were only unmasked when you were sitting with Julie. How great would that be?
It would be great. It would be great.
I don't think chaotic strategy this season. Who's under the mask? Whoa!
Whoa!
I don't know in practice, how long people could keep the masks on, but I do like the masked Super Bowl performer. And then, people get mad at people for, how could you perform at the Super Bowl halftime show? Then nobody's hitting you before you get there, and then nobody's hitting you while it's on. It's like, oh, this person sucks. So then you get unmasked, and it's a big reveal, and it's a game.
Well, plus if like Tom Brady was wearing a mask, right, he loses his like air of invincibility, right? You could just be going against any quarterback at that point, right? So does that change the psyche of his opponents at that point? I think this is all very fascinating. I like where you and Michi have combined to collaborate here.
But Eric, here's where I want to go with this. Okay. If we were going to now set up wipe everybody's brain, and now instead of Celebrity Big Brother, this cast was on The Masked Singer. We're taking our Celebrity Big Brother cast. They are The Masked Singer. What costumes are some of our standouts from this season wearing?
All right. First one that comes to mind, Kato would be a white Bronco.
He's a Bronco.
Seems easy enough.
Okay. Put him in the Bronco. Okay. There you go.
Okay. I mean, The Masked Singer has given some pretty on-the-nose clues. There's one gentleman who is yet to be unmasked, and they just name-check a dozen NSYNC songs, which seems to me to imply that it could be a member of NSYNC. So by that token, Ryan Lochte would probably be like an Olympic gold medal in a pool, possibly.
He's a pool.
And then instead of guessing,
he wouldn't be
Michael
like a
Phelps
giant
or Ryan
lock,
Lochte,
maybe?
I feel like then the judges, because they like to play along like they don't know, they'd be like, could this be an Olympic basketball player? Is this in Lindsey Vonn possibly? Just I don't know. I just can't place it for some reason.
Yeah. What would Joey Lawrence be?
Blow dryer. I think Ricky Williams would probably just be either a blunt or a cloud of smoke. And singing Afro Man's Before I Got High. I'm actually here for this. The more we're talking about it,
I was gonna win the power of veto.
Candy is just a piece of candy because it's this housewife is sweet, and then it's just a piece of candy. Who could this possibly be? Is this Nene Leakes? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
could this be Bethany Frankel? I just have no idea here.
Okay. Lots of ideas for the masked house guests. Okay. Tender Taryn wants to know, what is Eric's stance on peas? We know you were going to smash them.
Yeah. Not a pea guy.
Not a pea guy.
There's been one too many ooftastic documentaries about that lately, and I don't want to be appearing on the next R. Kelly special. Not a pea guy.
Okay.
Oh wait, I misread that. I'm sorry. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I don't like vegetables. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Eric, I think that's about it. I
think it was about 45 minutes ago.
Got an email about when we're gonna play basketball from one of the listeners. We're not doing that.
I mean, it would be you'd get a lot of bang for your buck though, because I could see it taking us 6-7 days to
okay.
score 21 points.
How about
in
this,
basketball.
Eric? What if you and I play NBA Jam?
Yes, and Akiva can announce
Yes.
it.
Okay. And then we'll live stream it. Live stream Rob versus Eric NBA Jam. What year?
Probably about, 93? He's on fire.
Oh, wait, hold on. Would you be cheating if it was NBA Jam 94 and playing the game from the shower?
Oh, you finally caught what I was angling for here.
With
this whole
Patrick
podcast was
Ewing and John Starks?
That way I can get you back on the double or nothing for the woe bet. It's all coming full circle now.
All right. Do you have a Sega Genesis?
I think I actually do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But maybe, maybe that could...
I think we could be onto something here. I like where your head's at. Although, unfortunately, it would be us 1-on-1, but NBA Jam is played 2-on-2. So, it's, all the more for the fans to dig in on.
Okay. All right. Please welcome the stars of NBA Jam 94, Rob and Eric.
Oh,
yes.
If we were to get any sponsors for this or any money, my talent fee is a flat $2,000 for this. So you know.
My driver's bus expired my license 2 years ago.
Okay. All right, Eric. Anything else you want to say heading into the final week of Celebrity Big Brother 2?
I feel like that actually encapsulates my life in recent years. My driver's bus expired my license 2 years ago, and here I am on the winter of Stein.
Here we are, 3 weeks in.
Yeah, I think that says it all.
3 weeks in. Only 1 week left to go. Of course, so much still coming up. We'll be back with more Celebrity Big Brother recaps on Thursday night, Double Eviction on Friday, LFC Roundtable still to go as we are closing in on 1 week left before we smash open the giant watermelon to reveal who the winner of Celebrity Big Brother 2 will be. Eric, do you think that Gallagher will be back for the finale?
I would say no.
No.
I would say, I feel like he probably took the money and ran.
Yeah, the tell will be if we see the audience with a tarp where they're like, no tarp for the Celebrity Big Brother contestants.
Julie would never. She even came near her. That would be, she'd recoil faster than a Kato Kaelin hug right there.
Do you think that Gallagher was trying to get into the Masked Singer and then he got shut out of that too?
I don't know. I feel like this was a pretty good grab for him, honestly. I feel like he really pulled his. I mean, I know that we sort of looked into this before, but what do you really think went through the mind of the producers when they contacted him?
Does somebody know Gallagher and they're like, he called in a favor?
Yeah, right. I feel like, right. They may have been helping him out and not vice versa.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, Gallagher lives in my condo. He really wants to do something with us.
Kato that seemed to upset Julie so much. I mean, there have been a lot skeevier people to come out of the Big Brother house, and she's hugged them just fine.
Yeah.
It's like she's just like, he wants to draw a line in the sand. It's like Kato's like, I'm so happy to be here, Julie. And she's like, #me too. Don't touch me.
I've never seen Julie really no, I'm not hugging. We're not doing that. Do you think that she was skeeved out about the OJ stuff?
I think she was because she's going to Jonathan's gym. She's making dinner plans with other people.
I mean, how many?
I did not know you, Kato.
Every house guest that's come out, she's given a hug, no matter what they did in the house.
I was not there that night. Do not bring up my name.
Then we're not doing this. We're not doing it. So Gallagher on The Masked Singer, he's definitely the watermelon, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I would like that. And they're so just on the nose with these, just actually holding the sledgehammer.
While he's his clues are when I perform, it's always hammer time.
Yeah, and they're like, could this be the great MC Hammer? Is this possibly a Carrot Top? He likes produce. That could be a watermelon. Could be Carrot Top.
I love giving props to everybody. I've been known to perform Smashing Pumpkins every once in a while too.
It's Billy Corgan, the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, is here. This is great.
It's definitely not my brother.
Could this be Gallagher too? Possibly. Nah. It seems unlikely.
Right.
I mean, I do. I do have to wonder after watching that act, much like Melissa felt last night. Is there such a thing as prop comedy, or is it just props? Was that prop drama? The comedy part seemed de-emphasized in his act, although it was funny, but for all the wrong reasons.
What a life you lead here in the Big Brother house.
I could listen to that all day.
I'd be here for Gallagher Showmance.
Who, with Dina Lohan?
We shared a bed together, Julie. I noticed that she had a cap on her tooth. That's how I knew it wasn't her twin, Lindsay Lohan. I'm here today with Lindsay. Lindsay, how are you?
Oh, boy. All right.
What a tangled web we weave.
Very tangled. All right. We're going to wrap things up. A little bit of a 5-oofer last week. So normally we play you the closing music for Big Brother. But we got hit with the giant mallet of copyright infringement on YouTube for that one. Apparently, do not use any of the Big Brother music in your YouTube videos, or you too will get slammed. So
that must be the reason that we had less viewership for the last episode. It's not the poor content or appearances by me that sunk us. It must have been the fact that people didn't want to get in trouble. You know?
Yeah, they didn't want to watch a video that had some music infringement. So we will still give you a preview of what will happen on the season finale of Winter of Stein, but we will be forced to bring you the instrumental version of it. Eric,
right, let me lead you in. All right.
Okay.
Here, I'm playing on my blood orange bongos here. All right. If
Eric thinks that he's gonna go ahead and
goes.
buy my act and then start doing,
hold on. Can you play it for me so I can hear what it is that it sounds like, so I can recreate? Oh wait, no,
I can't. We'll get hit.
All right.
If Eric thinks that he's gonna go ahead and steal my act and then go ahead and do Rob Has a Podcast too, well, he's about to get slammed.
You'd think after all these years I'd actually have this. Oh, there it is. I finally mended fences with the ball smashers and have joined their alliance. And now together, we're going to go on all of Rob's YouTube videos and put this beautiful music on, so he has no career anymore and he's forced to sell the rights to the podcast to me.
I don't know. It's very hard to hum that song.
I feel like I know the tune, but it really wasn't coming out of me when I was,
Yeah. It's a little like a Phil Collins thing where it's like has a big like doo 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 like, and then it's just
that
like
part I feel good about, but from there it's just like some general synthesizing, possibly. I don't know.
What are you gonna do?
Rough.
All right,
it's rough. All right. Well, as a parting gift, I know how much your son did enjoy appearances from Ketchup Guy.
Yes.
So you think I can do a number on myself with this blood orange?
All right, you've got the floor.
All right, I'm going to give myself a Gallagher Bathman.
Hold on. Let's please welcome in. Okay, here he is, the great.
Please welcome.
Big Brother wants you.
Are you okay?
You don't become America's favorite house guest for it's in my eyes.
That's a lot of citrus in your eyes.
I just showered before the podcast too. What a waste.
How are the Rangers doing?
Yeah, that's right. They scored a goal. Somehow it felt worth. I really can't see. Somehow it felt worth it during the summer, but I'm not getting the same bang for my buck.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.